The health and safety of teachers and learners alike is paramount to the Education Ministry, and as such, the reopening of schools is tentative, according to the newly installed Minister of Education, Priya Manickchand.
Our considerations right now will be how we treat with COVID and our children and teachers and their families to make sure everybody stays safe. We have to balance the children's right to be educated with our duty to make sure we protect the people we have sworn to serve. As you know, usually school would be opening in about 3 weeks' time. We have to use the science.
The minister committed to apprising the population and keeping parents informed in a timely and efficient manner on the issues affecting and concerning the nation's children. She added that the Education Ministry is eyeing the bubble method implemented in Denmark for the reopening of schools, which is tentative. Minister Manickchand explains how the system will roll out.
So we can look at some best practices. Denmark opened very nicely, did something called a bubble method where you have just 12 children in the classroom, so they have to do double sessions and so on. Appropriately distanced, properly hand washing facilities and so on in place. Israel tried to do it. They did the bubble method for 2 weeks, then they quit that, and their numbers went through the roof.
However, she pinpointed that even when implementing best practices of other nations, Guyana's local reality needs to be taken into consideration. She stated that a discussion on the way forward is set for Thursday, August 6th. Meanwhile, on the issue of curriculum reform, Minister Manickchand had this to say.
In the light of COVID and what that has done and continues to do not only in Guyana but in the world, those other things seem miniaturized. So to talk to you about curriculum reform now just doesn't seem as important as talking to you about and making sure we address our minds to keeping our kids safe.
Recently, in an interview with this newscast, Deputy Chief Medical Officer Karen Gordon-Boyle highlighted the need for a comprehensive plan to be devised to protect learners from contracting the virus. She also suggested that virtual learning continue in the wake of Guyana's growing COVID-19 cases. Additionally, the General Secretary of the Guyana Teachers Union, GTU, Coretta MacDonald, weighing in on the reopening of schools, stated that she fully supports the reopening for the upcoming academic term once approval is given by the National Task Force and there are stringent protective measures put in place for the young learners, teachers, and auxiliary staff. Since March 16, 352 nursery, 453 primary, and 139 secondary schools were ordered closed, which affected 188,893 young learners. 14 special education schools, 11 TVET institutions, 18 teacher education centers, and 2 university campuses have also been closed in the wake of COVID-19. 11,700 teachers, without the inclusion of lecturers, have been displaced. On June 15, the schools reopened to facilitate students sitting the national and regional examinations. For the HGP Nightly News, Amel Griffith.